Hello dear World of Warcraft friends, the race to World First has pretty much officially begun. Liquid is ready, the servers are up, and they are now fighting their way through the new raid. And with that, here's a little announcement video. The Race to World First recap is also coming back. What it's all about, what you can expect here, and so on. I'll show you all that in this video. And I'd say let's get started right away, but first a short break. And with that, we're back. All in all, this is a format that we're doing now for the 9th or 10th time, if I'm not mistaken. I think it should be the 9th. We started back then in Carcenathria, and from there we've made our way through every raid. What it is actually pretty simple. Every day we take a look at what happened in the race to World First. And I try to give you the most important developments, since of course I can't watch the entire race to World First all day every day. I also have to go to work and so on. Is that mainly referring to top guilds? You have to be honest about that. In this tier I'll try to do a bit more, at least from time to time, to give an overview as well. How are things looking for German guilds? Although you have to say they don't really have anything to do with the outcome of the race to World First. So that's rather rare there. It's rarely about actual World First kills. But we'll definitely take a look at it. Otherwise, the process will stay the same as before. My sleep schedule is so messed up by now that it's actually possible to catch quite a bit from the US. So I probably record the videos most of the time around 2 AM. It can't be avoided. The videos will go online in the morning, so you can watch what happened while having breakfast, waking up, or whatever. But like I said, even here I can't stay up all night. Every now and then there are things I really have to take care of, and for that I need to go to bed a bit earlier. But when the opportunity arises, and it usually does, we'll still cover a lot of the overnight action. If we have the situation where Liquid, for example, is about to get a kill, and the boss hasn't died yet before I go to bed, but I expect it to happen, then I also work that in. But I think it worked pretty well the last few times we did it. Like I said, I've been awake for so long, not just because of WoW or Race to World First or anything else. And I have to say, personally, I also think it's better than if I were to record the video in the evening, like at 8 or 9 p.m. That's when the US guilds are just getting started. And yeah. If I release the video then, it's even more outdated or less current. On the other hand, you could also say, I don't know. You do the recap, release it in the evening or something, but then it would be, or you record it in the morning, but then what the EU does wouldn't be included at all. And again, more or less outdated. So because of this time difference, it's not that easy to represent everything in the best possible way. And I would say that by recording halfway through the night, we've still included the most important things. And yeah, otherwise, there's actually not much more to say about it. I am definitely excited about it. I'm looking forward to it. You can see it. Liquid stream is already live. And because that's a question I get asked pretty often, who do you think will win? Who's going to make it this time? And so on and so forth. And actually, that was also asked, where can you watch the Race to World First? So with Midnight, we've also gotten some newer players. In the end, it's pretty simple. It's not an official event by World of Warcraft itself, but the top guilds stream it. Just check it out on Twitch. Honestly, I don't even know if any of the top guilds stream on YouTube. I actually don't think so. And if you take a look at it, sorted by categories and by channels you follow, the WoW channels are usually included as well. The ones that are the ones that are really blowing up. Now, I have to admit, I just recorded the video earlier, so of course the EU guilds aren't included yet. But once the whole thing really takes off, World of Warcraft will be a category with several 100,000 viewers. So, wow. We'll have some channels that really blow up. Usually, you can also choose whether you want to watch the main channel of the guild, at least the top guilds, Method, Echo, Liquid, they all stream. Or sometimes individual members also stream. Personally, I always prefer maximum stream. To be honest, all this stuff with the casters and so on doesn't really interest me that much. Plus, there's always more ads there as well. With Max, it's not like that. You just watch him do his work. He doesn't really address the stream, but I find the perspective of a raid leader very, very interesting. Um, and yeah, by now, all the broadcasts have been like this for quite some time. If you look at the guild's channels, you always get a leaderboard displayed. Full count, the current boss's health percentage, etc. and so on. So you're perfectly taken care of there. Like I said, you have to look up the guild yourself on Twitch, wherever you want to watch. Just find what you like best. Here too, there's a German guild. There's definitely a guild that streams their raid progress, that's for sure. But as for having our own Race to World First event, we don't have that. At least not that I know of. But nevertheless, I think it's always an event that's a lot of fun. And with that, I'll let you get started with the race. We'll see each other again tomorrow for the first episode, the first recap. Today, where Liquid is only doing normal and heroic. There won't be a recap video for that. I'm counting day 1 from the moment everyone started basically, so EU and USA. And yeah, I assume not much will actually happen until the weekend. We'll have the top guilds just farming a lot of gear until the weekend. Then you have guilds that start on the mythic bosses earlier, hoping to secure a world first that way. We'll definitely see 2 or 3 kills there as well. At least from guilds, you usually don't know because they don't do split runs all the time. And then at the latest by the weekend, I think the well-known, at least a 2-horse race will develop between Echo and Liquid. Maybe Method can compete this time as well. Personally, I don't really think so. Well, with that, thank you for watching. Feel free to leave a like and subscribe. And see you again in upcoming videos and episodes. Have a good time and take care.